boot the coaches, boot Jamie out, boot everybody out. It's players only with my boy, one of my mentors, I'd say, Scotty H, Scotty Hannon. Scotty, how we doing, my man?
Boys, we're doing good. We're doing it. Just got out of the water. You barely got me out of the water surfing, bud. But hey, anything for you, JD. Anything
That's
for
right.
you.
I paid you a hefty price. I paid you a hefty price for this. But the real reason, one of the reasons I wanted to get you out of the water is to show Weeksy this little nugget. So can we roll this here? Everybody back there?
Oh, jeez. What do we got here?
Oh, really?
Scotty H on Weeksy.
Really?
Oh,
We found
that
it.
was a bomb. Look at that.
One of 38.
By the way, somebody tipped that. Did you get credit for this?
Yeah, of course I did.
You
I
did?
had a lot of goals.
So I had to
a
you
lot
see
of
me
goals,
drinking the
dude.
water after. I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta
I'm surprised
get
you
a
were
little
able to
drink.
find that in the highlights, boys.
I
There
gotta
wasn't
get a
very
little
many of
drink.
them.
You scored from the blue line on a little floater on a muffin. I had to get a little drink after it.
Yeah, that was probably from your night out, night before.
Yeah, exactly. And that is that's a 4-layer screen, though. That is a 4-layer screen. Scotty from distance.
I got great aim, boys. Great aim. Look at that.
That's
Squared up.
legit.
But I knew it was in right when I shot it. Look at that.
Are you serious?
That's it. Yeah, that's
Come on. Come on.
It's a nice, comfortable 9-iron. Crowd's gonna go
That
nuts here.
is right. Exactly.
We just had to
plus one.
Plus one.
We had to get
Bring it
on.
up.
We had to get on Weeksy a little bit there.
I love it.
But Scotty,
I love it.
as a guy who just kind of stopped and you've been in broadcasting now, how's like the transition to broadcasting been for you? How have you found it? And like, what are some? I need a couple tips, but how have you liked it so far?
You know what? It was kind of seamless to some extent. It was during COVID, and I know Jamie Baker stepped away from the Sharks, so they didn't have many guys. I was coaching hockey. I was doing a bunch, and they needed some help. I jumped in, did some radio with Dan Ruzanowski, and I ended up doing a lot of games. I jumped on a little bit of the pre and post game. Oh yeah, look at that, nice suit on,
Looking sharp.
With the mohawk, you just don't want to let it go. You don't want to go full shaved head yet, eh?
No, I can't. I got to keep it. I got to puff up the hair a little bit. Make sure I still got some.
Scotty, hold on. Who's that small quarter horse that you have there? I saw.
Oh yeah, that's the old dog. We got the Great Dane.
Is that a Great Dane? Because those are part horse.
Oh yeah. He comes over surfing with me. He likes his puppuccino down at the old surf shop, and he gets to come and wheel around.
Oh, that's so good. Well, listen, obviously surfing, but you guys built a really good culture there in San Jose for years, and so many of you players have retired there. A lot of you are involved with youth hockey, which I know for a fact. But what is it about San Jose that makes so many of you former players want to stay there and be a part of the community?
I think coming in as a young guy like me, Patty Marleau, when Joe got here, and Mark Smith's around town, Setaguchi. I mean, you got to love California, especially Northern California. Being up here, you get to do some surfing, some skiing. There's a number of things you get to do. And obviously, the team's been great. They have us around there doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, do we have a little fight tape going on?
Yeah.
Here. Look at the missiles on there.
Yeah. That was steady diet of rights right there.
I think you had the soul patch there too.
He did, just for flavor.
Yeah, working 5 to 6 at the chum bucket, playing
I
saxophone.
think I had the dusty hair back then too. I think they dusted it off. So
that a boy.
How have you liked the coaching side? Because I know you're coaching with your kids and stuff, and how have you liked that on the youth side of everything?
You know what? There's nothing better. When you're done and you're finished, to be able to step in there. My kids were of a perfect age. They were playing hockey, and be able to step in and coach them on the ice and be a part of that at that time was something special. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it more than I ever thought I would. Me and Mark Smith, actually, another alumni who we do broadcasting together. We're coaching the 13 AAA team. Our boys are the same age, and I've got a 12A group. Patty Marleau's down at the rink, Joe Thornton. It's just great having the guys around there and being a part of that and giving back to, a game that gave us so much. We know that. And to see the kids and the enjoyment they have playing the game and to be a part of that and watching my kids grow and experience all those experiences I had, it's sort of surreal, and I really like it. It's good. It's cool.
And it's amazing because, like, I played for San Jose for 6 years, and then I hadn't been back in a while. And when I went back, this past year, it's amazing how they take care of the alumni guys. And They roll out the red carpet. Anything you need, everybody's readily available. And it's so amazing when you go back. They make you feel so welcome, and that's a big reason why guys want to give back to the community. There's so many guys. He mentioned Setaguchi's a good friend of mine as well. And he opened up some F45s in town, and he's around all the time. And you see, it builds such a great community, and I think a lot of teams miss the mark on that. But I mean, San Jose does it so well.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I think the management did a great job. They give us an alumni box where we can have people in there. We can have our families. We can come into the game whenever we want. We had Patty Marleau obviously having his jersey retired last year. We had a big alumni game, really one of the first ones, and we sold out Tech CU Arena. And they just, again, like you said, JD, they rolled out the red carpet. There was no expense from everybody from Scotty Emmert to Jonathan Becker to Mike Greer to Doug Wilson. They've always been a big part of the alumni being around. And I think that's, it's special. It makes us feel a part of it, especially after you're done the game. Sometimes it's a hard transition in the real world.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I think having that around, they were great with me on the TV to being, they wanted me to take those steps, and whatever I could add or whatever I could at that time, they were right there with me. So it was awesome. I can't say enough good things about them.
Something that's pretty interesting I tweeted about earlier today is how many players here in the United States are coaching. Yourself, so many others to mention are coaching. And when we're looking at all these great young American players that are coming into the league and are playing on the girls hockey side, there's no real surprise when they have the likes of yourself, Patrick Marleau, Jumbo, Mark Smith, all these people in rinks all across the country. So maybe you could talk to that from your perspective, because I'm sure you're seeing, when you guys play tournaments, other players, former players that are coaching as well.
Yeah, it's amazing the guys you run into, from everybody from, I run into Jason Marshall, Todd Marchand, who's with the club now. I ran into him down in SoCal all the time. And you're running into guys everywhere at all these tier 1 event tournaments.
Yeah.
You're swapping stories. It's great to see. To see the guys giving back. And sometimes when you step away, you don't really know what you have to give. I didn't really see myself as being a coach, or you think everybody knows how to skate and stick handle and the little things you can add. And then, when you jump into it and you immerse yourself in it, it gives back so much more than you put in. It's great. We were just in Detroit last weekend. You're in Detroit in the middle of December, and the kids having a great time, had a great tournament. I think the girls, Mark Smith coaches the girls 16 AAA team. They just won a huge tournament up in Toronto with 40 teams. They won it.
Incredible.
It's great, to see that level of hockey in NorCal when you come around, and to see it growing and experiencing that, SoCal having such good teams. I think sky's the limit. I think it's better the more we add this PWHL that just got added with the girls hockey.
Shout out.
Nice.
Shout out.
Yeah. And then, to do the original 6, franchises, I think that's a great marketing thing. Cool. I think it can expand even farther than that, because we got a great girls program in San Jose as well.
Just imagine being in the dressing room, right? Imagine being a young player. Like, even for us growing up in Canada, we never had anybody that played pro.
Yeah, no,
it's college. Like, my house league coach played college.
Yeah,
literally. Aside from that, we never had that. So what these kids have access to now through people like yourself and the parents, the knowledge that you can gain if you're willing to listen.
Well, it calms down the parents too, because we know how hockey parents can be, and I find,
well said,
like in Arizona, Michael Grabner's coaching U12, and we had him on, and he brought me on the ice, and I mean, these kids are just like, listen to every word you say. And the parents are even like, oh my God, I can't really yell at these coaches because he's got, it's Scotty Hennon. He's got 1,000 games. So what am I going to,
exactly.
I never put on a pair of skates. What am I going to tell Scotty Hennon? Hey, I think you should change the power play.
You got to tweak the PP a little bit.
Yeah, just like, it's like, go touch grass. It's like, leave it. Like, we got it. So I think that's like, that's so great. And how for you, my dad was my coach, and I can't thank him enough for what he did for me, and it made me work that much harder. And how do you love it seeing your kids put in that work and grind and harden? That's question 1. And number 2, do you rattle the cage a little bit more than the other kids, or how do you take care of it?
Well, JD, maybe I can get you to talk to him, because I think the last conversation I had with my son, and he was like, why'd you quit hockey, Dad? And he was sitting there. I don't think he realizes that I played in the league still. So it's kind of funny. You know what I mean?
He's flying though.
Yeah, he gives me the gears as good as I give him the gears. It's fun. I try and separate myself from that. You know, I have a good talk with him all the time, and he talks to me about the game afterwards.
Yeah.
And he tries to. And I asked him a simple question before. I said, do you want me to answer this question like your dad or like your coach? And he gets to pick the choice. He gets to pick the choice of how we break down the game because, it's hard. I don't want to break down the game with him. I think that's something he needs to go through himself and learn those experiences. Cool. But he wants to, and he talks about it. So it's nice because sometimes, all they need is a hug and a good job. And sometimes he really wants to talk through the game. And I think that's something that's really important.
I'm going to ask a quick follow-up on that.
Yeah, hit that.
So is it new school, post-game, snack bar? Is it protein shake, chia seeds, or will you still let them have a hot dog old school the way we would?
Pizza.
Fries and gravy.
Oh, boy. In-N-Out's a big game that's been in and out on the way home.
I love it. I love it.
I mean? Bring it back.
Yeah. No, he's cooking with gas now. Take it. I'm done.
There's enough time for those protein shakes.
Exactly.
We got to let them live a little, right?
I agree.
Just burn 2,000 calories. You go and eat a teriyaki rice bowl.
Yeah, like seriously, you play 3 games in one day.
Give me some gosh darn pizza.
Take me to Burger King. I'm good.
Oh my God, give us the ranch dressing and everything.
Yeah.
Scotty, it's funny that your kids give you such a hard time because they must not look at Hockey DB and we have a nice pic we're showing of me and you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's your 1,000th game.
Awesome.
He's my D partner on his 1,000th game.
Awesome
and
stuff.
Before we get to that, one of the funniest things I was telling somebody backstage was that year he came in and he was kind of near the end of his career and he would come to me and we'd kind of both sometimes be in and out of the lineup. And he came up to me one day and he goes, "Hey, kid." He goes, "Hey, Jay." I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Just so you know, anytime I get healthy scratched, it's your fault." And he goes, "So I don't care what happens, but touch on your career, man. It's such an incredible career, and being 1,000 games. We're seeing guys get it, and probably going to see less and less now with the way the league is. But how was that for you? Just the experience and everything you got throughout the years."
It's kind of, like I said, it's surreal looking back on it. To be able to play your first game, you think just getting in that first game means so much. And then to have those experiences and you think, we had a really good team in San Jose at the beginning. We thought we were going to be in the playoffs every time we went there and, make it to the Western Conference Final.
Yeah.
And, it's a hard road to battle. Playing on the national team, I got a chance to do that. And then at the end of my career, I get a guy like, JD gets to carry me through my last 50 to 100 games to get me into that, 1,000 game mark. And you have those experiences throughout your career and the differences when, you have your family and your kids get to come down to the rink and you really, you hear old guys talk about it all the time when you get to that last few games. It's to really enjoy the game. And you wish everybody, if you can go back, that years between 27 and 32, it's like the game changed and you got to change with it.
Yeah.
But, when I was lucky. I got to kind of leave to my own grace. I knew it was kind of over. I got to play on a great team with some great guys. JD, we were together for a lot of times, a lot of good laughs and a lot of good teams. Like we said, a great locker room. Got to play with guys like Jumbo. We're still buddies now. And, you look back and I was glad that I got all those experiences. I was glad that I got my family, my eldest and my youngest to be able to come in the room afterwards, to be a part of it, to, when I got my 1,000th game, to walk out on the carpet with me and to see that and, the appreciation from family, fans, friends, and to maintain those friendships, when you're done. It's pretty cool. And, now, the second chapter in life, you get to go through doing the media to the coaching to everything else. And I'm loving every minute of it.
I want to go back to something because it's pretty wild. Like when I'm working games at the arena or I'm just watching games at the Garden or whatever, I just marvel at how good players are.
Yeah.
And you see it from a different perspective because we saw it through 2 sets of eyes, right? Being young players that aspired to make it, we got to get the show, we got to get to the show, to then being guys in the show. But in retrospect now, when you look back, how unreal is it to go from being a young kid and we're buying hockey cards and playing mini sticks to, in your case, playing over 1,000 games in the national, man?
Yeah, I remember going into the Pacific Coliseum as a kid, and waiting outside to get Trevor Linden's autograph, and looking up to guys like Jyrke Lumme and Doug Lidster and Dana Merzen, and being a part of those runs when they made it with New York, and it was surreal, and to get that experience, you go through junior to play in the Kelowna Rockets, Bruce Hamilton, Lauren Fry, and then to get that first game, you don't really think you're going to get there, and then when you do, and then to end up being lucky enough to have a long career, play with some great people, I'd say it's an experience of a lifetime. It was awesome, and I'm still living it, so it's great.
And it goes by so quick.
Doesn't
That's
it?
the thing people don't. But that's a good thing is we have people that can research things, and we can get pictures. So
here we go.
I could talk to you all day about this because I love picking your brain. But
he was just softening you up.
Look at that. But that's just I'm learning segues, which is pretty good segue.
Yeah, it was very.
But no, we're gonna get to a game. We play What Were You Thinking, and we're gonna get that first picture.
Sick.
Talk about this, because this I think is one of the cooler gifts I've seen give to a guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty amazing to see that come out. I surfed on that board for a long time. After I was done,
You surfed on that?
Segues. Yeah, I surfed on that. I took that. I wanted to make sure I was able to go surfing on that board.
Unbelievable.
That's unreal.
And when I retired, it's you got to find something that you can sort of latch onto and kind of maintain that call it level of competitiveness, and surfing is competitive. Oh, look at that. Where'd you get that video from?
We got it all. Hey, they don't miss back
sources. We got sources.
They don't miss. Trons don't miss.
Yeah, that was the Kelly Slater. I got a chance to surf at the wave. Oh, look at that little wipe out there too.
Where is that? Where is that?
That's in Lemoore, California. So I got a chance, some friends, to be able to surf at Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch. So it's that artificial wave in the middle of California. It's unbelievable, the power and everything in that wave. We got to spend a day there. We got a number of waves, some great videos, and obviously that was a great surf experience for me.
That's so sick. Second one here. What were you thinking here? What do you think happened here?
What do we got there? I got to see this video. It's got to get up there. Okay.
It's a goal. It's a goal. Probably yours.
Yeah, probably mine. Most likely. I scored a lot,
Yeah, but was it as big as your first?
Oh, look at that goal.
First.
Biggest through the first. Too. Who dished that to you?
Oh, that was TG, Tony Granado. Look at that pass.
No way. He was just in here last night.
I just saw Tony last night.
We just had him here. He was here on the show last night. Welcome
TG.
to the National.
20.
First goal in the National League.
20th NHL game.
It only took me like 5 or 6 or something like that to get my first. So 20's not bad.
Well, you had those slippery hips. Did you pop the hips around the corner? We got to see that goal.
I was on the operating table half my career. No, the next one here. Let's see the next one. Let's roll this one out.
Side by side. There we go.
Side by side. What were you thinking here telling me? What do you think you were telling me here?
Kid, get your game together, kid.
You, why'd you put it in my feet there? You're passing in my feet all the time. I'm giving you the eyeballs, the dagger stare right there.
You were telling me, were you out last night? Just how late were you out last night? You son of a...
probably sitting there saying, why'd you have to buy that last beer last night, JD? Hey? Why'd you have to get that
looks like that's
one?
At the Joe, too. Those are hard games, man.
Those are hard games.
That's funny.
Next one here. What do we got the next one here? Oh, this is another goal.
Oh, it's OT.
Yes.
Isn't it?
What year? Set it up.
Oh, jeez, man. I don't know. 03? 03?
2000.
02. It's got to be before.
November 30th, 2000.
2000. Look at that. 10 seconds left. Look at that.
I love the fadeaway,
I just know where to put it.
I love the
fadeaway, too. This was like the goal on you weeks. Hey, that was the goal on you weeks.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing is he had one screen. He had one screen.
He had one job to do.
So good.
I tipped too.
It's weird how all my goals were mainly tips and C&I pucks.
Hey, listen, they still count, though.
Yeah. They do.
They still count, though.
To my kid. When I tell the stories to my kid, that overtime winner, I went through 4 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it top shelf.
Exactly.
And let's see this last one. I think it's we're. Oh my God, fella!
Oh
you
man!
really needed to do something after retirement.
Hey, that's a stride.
Look at that!
Hey, that skating treadmill is no joke.
I said,
Yeah.
thank God. I thank God the video is only 5 seconds because it would have shown you had a breath there. You didn't skate that hard your whole career.
That skating treadmill is no joke, man. That's tiresome.
I had you skating for me at the end, JD.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to go get all the pucks.
You had the Blakey going. You just point in a corner. You wouldn't even say anything.
That's right.
Scotty wants me to go there.
Young legs, go get it. Exactly. Young legs.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, reverse.
Scotty, man, I could talk to you all day, but I'm getting me and you when we get together, we make each other's ears bleed. So, but thanks for coming, buddy, man. Yeah, I love you. I'll see you in a month or so, in a couple of weeks at the Sharkies.
Sounds good, boys. All right, thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.